Hey everybody, Nate here from WASD20. Today I'm taking a look at the D&D Tomb of Annihilation Dice Set. These are of course the dice that are coordinating with the adventure module, which I also got. Wizards of the Coast sent me these, and it's nice to be at the point where they're sending stuff to me. Saves me a little money, and yeah. Pleased to be able to give you guys a look tonight. So I'm going to be opening these up and sharing my thoughts and doing just a kind of a quick review based on my impressions of these dice. I believe these retail for $19.99. Come wrapped in plastic like this, and then we've got this cardboard sleeve. Slip this thing out of here. And okay, so it's got this very nice tin. The very sinister looking face matches the cover here, as well as the actual adventure module. And yeah, overall it's something that looks nice on the table, on the shelf, terrifying your players as a DM, right? And open this thing up, and we've got the dice. They're all inside of this foam insert here. It does come with 4d6, so that's something that's nice. Helps justify the price that overall I think is a bit high as I'm looking at them here. I think that they've got kind of an interesting feel to them. They're, I don't know, it's almost a rubbery kind of chalky feel, but they're definitely hard. They just have kind of a matte finish. It's not your typical glossy finish on a set of polyhedral dice. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure how well my camera's picking up the color. I did adjust the color a little bit. But they're kind of an army green. And yeah, I'll take them out of here. The D20, however, is a much lighter shade of green. Showing up a little whiter on my camera. It almost looks like cream colored on my camera, but it is a light green for sure. So let's see how these things roll here. Overall, they don't have extremely sharp edges, I would say. They're a little bit rounded. Probably a little bit even more so than like my Chessex dice, although I would say pretty similar to some of my Chessex dice. It depends which ones. I've noticed there's some variety with Chessex, and certainly more rounded than my game science dice, which have very sharp edges. But yeah, they seem to roll fine. The numbers themselves, they're painted in white, and I don't know, they don't look great. Like some of them are a little fatter than other ones, and there seems to even be like a little inconsistency in, it's just not extremely high care. It's kind of your typical standard level of production from some cheap dice, and yet they're not really being marketed as cheap dice. So I don't know. The retail price is $19.95. $25.95 if you're in Canada. So let's roll them in my dice rolling tray here. We'll roll our 4d6, see how we do. Not very well. But yeah, they seem to roll pretty well. If you're curious on my dice rolling tray, I'll put a link to the how I made this thing. It's just a little homemade cheapo dice tray. I'll put that in the description below and you can check that out. Roll our d20 here. Not bad. My first roll was a 19. Another 19. So, hard to tell if it's balanced here. 18. Just in my very unscientific rolling, it does. I've seen a lot of 18s and 19s. Ooh, that's the 18 again. So, yeah, you're gonna have to play with it for a while before you can really tell if it's balanced, but I assume it's nothing like game science, nothing that, precise. Still, overall, it's a nice set of dice. I'm just not sure I would necessarily want to buy them. To me, they're not decorative enough. For the price that you can get these, you can get a nice set of Q Workshop dice that have kind of an elven or dwarven theme or some kind of runes or something like that. Those are pretty cool. You can also get the, I think Q Workshop also might make the Pathfinder adventure module dice. So for the adventure paths, they have, a lot of them do have their own thematic dice for that adventure module. And these are not really like thematic. They're green, which does match with some of the colors used in the module. And since it does take place in the kind of tropical region, jungle of Chult, sure, it does maybe fit with that in a way. But yeah, overall my impressions aren't great. I think that they could have done more with these. They could have made them more thematic. Still, it's a solid set of dice, and if you are looking for some and you like the idea of having some with a unique feel to them, kind of a little bit of a rubbery, chalky feel to them, and if you like the color, then certainly they'd be worth a look. But otherwise, I might advise against it. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. I would love to hear from you. And pretty soon I'll be reviewing, or at least doing kind of a flip through and impressions of the Tomb of Annihilation. So make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for that. I want to thank Wizards of the Coast for sending these my way. And yeah, everybody take care. You'll see me again very soon.